Now that we understand the four-step process, let's take another look at the approved materials list. AML or APL, as it is sometimes referred. The AML or APL is usually created at the time of the initial client site inspection and is rarely changed or updated. Naturally, it has standard information about the client. There is a section for the name, address, and client location number. There will also be a section describing the specific needs of the organic client. It will usually take note of any particular pests that may be currently causing a problem. As the AML is designed to deal with pest problems proactively, it will already list any pests that could be attracted to the facility based on what they may process or store. For instance, a fruit processing facility may have problems with fruit flies, while a facility that handles raw grains could have problems with Indian meal moths or grain beetles. The pest management professional will make suggestions to handle these pests, whether currently or potentially invading. Sometimes there will be a need to apply chemical pesticides or baits. Any materials that are to be used need to be approved by the client, the certifying agency, and added to the AML or APL. All chemicals, whether they are NOP compliant or non-compliant, and whether they are used in organic or non-organic zones, are listed here. Of course, for organic zones, it is expected that NOP-compliant chemicals are attempted before any non-compliant chemicals are applied. The AML or APL also records whether the chemical is used inside or outside the client's facility. Most importantly for organic locations, the AML must show all preventative and mechanical processes that have been attempted to control the pest before the chemical is used. For instance, let's assume that a client has a problem with flying insects in an inside area where organic products are stored. The insects are an intermittent problem, so a non-residual or temporary insecticide needs to be applied in this area to control pest breeding during times when the pest population is high. Since the pest is not responding to preventative or mechanical measures of control, the integrated pest management professional looks for an organic insecticide that is compliant with the NOP listing, and chooses evergreen pyrethrum. This chemical will be new to the location, so after getting client approval, the technician will add it to the AML before use. Since this chemical will be used only some of the time, and exclusively inside the client's facility, the new entry is for an interior, non-residual insecticide. Most of the dates listed in the AML or APL represent the time that the form was originally drafted. If the chemical is being suggested as an addition to the form, the date should represent the date the chemical is being added. There is a space for the product name and the product EPA number, which should be found on the product's label. The technician should record the application site for the chemical as well as the purpose and method of application. The technician should also record the non-chemical methods of pest management attempted before the pesticide was applied, the measures taken to keep the chemical from coming in contact with the organic products, and whether the chemical is itself organic. Sometimes, a new chemical is added to the AML or APL. Each time a new chemical is added, just as when the document was first written, the AML is signed by an appointed representative for the client, and the pest management professional after approval is gained from a third-party organic certifying agency.